a building of the old bonfire, yes. And they used railroad ties then. For the first 10 or 12 years, that's what the bonfire was constructed of, railroad ties. The traditional house on top. And preparations down at the Legion Hall. That is Pim Neamy helping my father. That's my father. That's Pim Neamy getting the tonic set up for the festivities later in the evening. And the start of the parade. That is Preston Dan. He ran a refrigeration business, and he was a regular at those early years with his youngsters in the parade. Jake Perk, the police chief of the time. Now, this is the first appearance of Jake Nelson. You'll see him 5 or 6 more times in various attire. In this case, lack of attire. The reference is to he's representing Alaska, the new state of that year. Preston Dan again with his children. Bob Cooney representing his market. Coincidentally, his market was where the Fin and Wedge just opened. That was his market all through the years. That is Louis Thomas. Lived right across the street. He was there every year watching the festivities. probably the Miss Rockport of that year on that float. I believe these are the Sea Scouts. And the Loyal Order of Redmen, they were in every parade back in those times. That is, it says Art Carney, the sewer worker. That is a reference to Jackie Gleason's Honeymooners, which was a popular program. Gardner Perry had a school of dance on Jewett Street for many, many years back then. Now here's some shots from the Five Corners. This is down at Pools Corner, going on to Beach Street. The evening it was wearing on, I had to race around to various venues where there was still light. This was Simon Nicola. She ran she sold poodles, bred poodles, Nicolade Kennels in Lanesville. She was there every year with her dogs who dyed different hues. Jake again leading the clown band. Ike Terrio is in there. That's Ike Terrio. He's speaking to Francis Brewer. That was a classmate of mine there, and in front of him was Tony Teresi. He was a year ahead of me in high school. You'll see him in a moment pointing out to my friend that I've taken his picture. Ike Terrio. And Guy Tebow on his horse. He usually rode a horse in the parade. So that was Frank Johnson. He was an independent insurance man. Home Alone. Father thrown in the middle of the three judges. This is right in front of the fire station. That was the Alaska float that and this is celebrating Hawaii. This is the rotary float. That right in front there is Charlie Bellistraci. He had a garage right on Jewett Street. Guy with the ukulele is Harry Lane. He was a banker. That was Mr. Bowen, who was a superintendent of schools at the time. Dr. Green watching from its porch on Broadway. Guy Tebow again. This is the last of Jig Nelson. This was '61. The Untouchables was a new program which became a hit. And this right here is George Tuck in front of the Tuck's, his pharmacy, watching the parade go by. And to end it with one of the warmest, toastiest bonfires you'll ever witness. That would be burning 8 o'clock the next morning. Firemen had to stay there all through the morning, keeping that under control.